Kingdom of Morocco is a country that has a very long coastline in the Atlantic Ocean. It is one of only 3 countries with Spain and France that have coastline in the Atlantic Ocean and also in the Mediterranean Sea. Morocco lies in North Africa and border to Algeria. Morocco claims the Western Sahara region as one of its southern provinces. The capital city is Rabat. The biggest city is Casablanca. Other major cities are Marrakech, Tangier, Tétouan, Saleh, Fez, Agadir, Mankesh, Oujda, Kenitra, and Nador.
In this video, I will tell you about the Moroccan culture, and then happy watching!
Culture of Morocco is a blend of ethnic tradition and religion reflecting the Berber, Africa, Arabs, and Jewish influence. The majority of the population are Berbers and Arab, while at least 30% of the population are Malay speaker. Berber influence is the most prominent in a wide range of active and way of life of the Moroccan people. The official language are Berber and Arabic, and Islam is the major religion in the country and form the foundation for most families. Islam is constitutionally a state religion with a vast majority belonging to the Sunni Muslim group, and Christianity is the second largest religion group in Morocco. However, the majority of Christians are foreigners. Other religions include the Judaism and Buddha faith. Approximately 7% of the population are irreligious.
Hello, my name is Adriana, and my part is stereotype of Moroccan. And now, happy watching and enjoy!
Now, we'll talk about Moroccan stereotype. What do you know about Moroccans? A lot of people might know about Moroccan by the stereotype without knowing the fact. And now, it is time to learn about Moroccan. First of all, people knew Morocco as a city with desert surrounding around them, with palm tree on the side. But do you know that Morocco also has a big famous city called Casablanca? So that stereotype is not true, because Morocco not only city with desert but also has a true city on it. Second, because of people's belief that Morocco is a desert only, they thought that Moroccans are people who ride camels as their transportation in desert. Well, they are not. They also have cities with runway on it, market, even sea. They are driving with car and motorcycle too.
Hey, hello, my name is Adil, and in this part of the video, I'm going to describe you about Moroccan's dining etiquette. Okay, so have a nice watching.
Okay, so this video is actually describe the way how Americans eat. So in fact, being in a new country means we have to learn a new set of manners and values. So these are the things that you can find in the video. Okay, let's check it out. So the first one, Americans people are usually use their first eating manners. So what is that? So the first eating manner is to wash your hands before you start to eat. Okay, that's mostly Americans do when they are eating. Okay, because why they are washing their hands? Because most Americans eat with their hands. They do not use forks, spoons, or knife. Mostly Americans use their hands. Because of that is why you need to wash your hands to be clean enough before you eat. That's the first matter. And the second one, the Americans people are usually eat with their first two fingers. They eat with their first two fingers. Why? Because if you don't eat with your first two fingers, you will be considered as rude. If we also use our both hands, it is also will be considered as rude. Okay? As you know, in Americans, most of Americans eat with their first two fingers. Okay? So that's the thing. Or Americans people do not use left hands while eating. They mostly use their right hands. Why? Because as we know, in their culture, if you are left-handed, you will be considered as dirty hands. Why do so? Because if you use your left hand, we know that you are going only to use your left hand only for hygienic duties. So if you use your left hand, you're going to be considered as rude. So that is why most people in Americans do not use their left hand. They use their right hands. And the last one is about you have to start to eat some food or food which is near to you. You can't eat something or food which is far from you. Why? Because you will be considered as rude. Okay? So you need to find or to grab some food which is near to you. You can also take the far food. You can also take the far food if the lead of the family take it to you. So that's the thing.
Hello everyone, my name is Boy Prakoso. In this video, my part is about the Morocco architecture. Happy watching! Morocco is in northern Africa bordering the Mediterranean and the Atlantic. The country differs geography and the land's long history marked by successive waves of settlers and military encroachments are all reflected in Morocco architecture. The Morocco architecture has been influenced by Islam. The elegance of Islamic features is blended in and adapted into buildings and interior design, such as the use of tiling, fountains, geometric design, and floral motif. The material chosen for the interior of Moroccan classical architecture are due in part to the necessity of cooling in the arid land climates of Morocco. The architecture, also influenced by the Moorish or modern day of Spain, was a Moorish domain from the early 8th century to the late 15th century, known as Al-Andalus. The French occupied Morocco in 1912. Later, as a result of the unorganized growth of the real estate, France occupied Morocco in 1912. The French protector declared regulation for building standards which directly affected the architecture at the times as follows. Building could not be higher than 4 stories. Land use regulation required 20% area to be courtyards or gardens. Balconies must not overlook neighboring residences, and roof of all buildings should be flat.